Hey guys, I want to talk about dependency in this video, and it's a very important topic for system building, and it's one which is often overlooked. So dependency is the odds of a winner being followed by another winner, or the odds of a loser being followed by another loser. So what this measures is we often see in robust systems that both winners and losers cluster. So what that means is, let's say your average win rate is 60% and you're expecting 40% losers, but you'll get periods where you're getting 80% winners and you get periods where you're getting 20% winners, and those periods tend to cluster. Now, the fix, if your system exhibits strong dependency, is to do some sort of equity curve smoothing, the Laurent curve as we call it, or you can is the best way, or you can do something simple like run a moving average over your equity curve and trade half size when you're below the moving average. So I'm going to show you how to figure out if your system needs dependency rules. So one of our groups sent me this list of 400 or so R values, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So anyway, we're going to use the function if. So we type equals if, and then in brackets. And the way this function works is we have if the condition, and the condition is the cell above is greater than minus 0.01, which means it's break even or better. Then we have so if the previous cell is A1 is greater than minus 0.01, comma, we're going to call that a 0, call that 1, and if not, we're going to call it 0. So, and then I close brackets. So you can see this here is if A1 is greater than negative 0.01, so I'm using that as an approximation for break even or better, then we're going to call this cell a 1, and if not, if that previous trade was a loser, we're going to call this cell a 0. So I'm going to hit enter on that, and you can see that this cell is a 0, and we're going to copy and I'm going to scroll all the way down. And go here, and I'm going to go Control V for paste, and you can see here 1.5, the previous trade was a winner, so it's 1. This one is a loser, so it's 0. So what we're going to do is I'm going to firstly leave that as it is. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste values only. So what this does is it's going to paste those values without without any formulas. So this one is a formula, this one is just a straight number, so we can mess with it a little easier without getting weird results. So I also deleted the first cell because it was the first cell, we don't have any previous data for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select both of these cells and go data, sort range, and we're going to sort by column E. Dun, dun, dun. It's going to put all the zeros at the top. So I've built a little table here. So we've got the total R, number of trades, the expectancy, which is the total R divided by the number of trades, and we've got the condition is previous trade or loser. So let's fill this in. So previous trade or loser, the total R is sum, in terms of open brackets, D180, so D2 to D180, dun, 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 and the number of trades is equal count D2 D180, dun, dun, dun. So our expectancy is 0.24. Okay, here, so when our previous trade was a loser, we have an expectancy of 0.24. Now, let's do the same thing. Let's work out how far we need to go down. So we've got 399. So equals sum D181 to D399, close brackets. We have 68.2R from equals count D181 colon D399, close brackets, dun, dun, dun. Okay, so what we see here is very interesting. So when the previous trade is a loser, we still have an edge, but it's a lower edge. We have a 0.24 expectancy, whereas when our previous trade is a winner, we have 0.31 expectancy. So we have some dependency. So what we're seeing is this typical behavior where both winners and losers cluster, but 0.24 is still pretty good. So I probably wouldn't do equity curve smoothing on that. I would maybe do the Laurent curve. But I wouldn't do any sort of moving average curve. But if you see this number be very low and this number be very high, well, you've really got something important there. So this is an important type of system building, and I'd encourage everyone to do that.